Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Montana Ag Network.
Welcome back for our Farm and Ranch News. A federal court in South Carolina has dismissed a challenge to the Trump administration's Navigable Waters Protection Rule that replaced President Obama's 2015 Waters of the U.S. or WOTUS rule. This is giving producers some regulatory certainty as the Biden EPA works to finalize a new rule to replace the Trump rule, which could take several months. But until then, the Trump rule is the law of the land.
If they move back in the direction to remove clarity from the definition of what constitutes a water of the United States, then I think you're going to have farmers going to the Corps and EPA and asking for permission every time they put a plow on the ground.
Ultimately, the American Farm Bureau predicts the issue of government regulation of isolated and temporary water features on private land will be tested in the nation's highest court, which is now a more conservative bench.
There's not a 5-4 Supreme Court makeup now, it's a 6-3. So, anything they do to try to push the constitutional or statutory limits of the Clean Water Act is ultimately going to be heard at the Supreme Court.
The National Cattlemen's Beef Association has also weighed in on the latest court ruling as they oppose expanded federal wetlands jurisdiction on private ranch land. In other headlines, retail meat price data was recently released for the month of June, and beef and pork prices remain well above typical levels, while chicken prices continue to moderate lower. The pork price of $4.55 per pound in June set an all-time high based on data going back to 1960. Many of the retail beef price data for June last year were record prices, which led to some of the reported prices posting year-over-year declines. But some categories set record highs. The June all-fresh beef price was $7.11 per pound, down 1.2% from last year, but the third highest level, only behind record prices set in June and May of 2020.